Wait, I can't hear myself.
Oh.
Wait, I can hear me.
Brandon, what about now?
Hello? Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
Was
he
I
back.
Yeah, because I thought you were Sammy's line. Sorry. I knew it was either 2 or 3.
Speaking of sorry, let's get into these sorry ass.
Oh my gosh! Transition King, he's here. Hey, he's here. There he is. Hey, Transition King.
I
is
am
the
not the
Transition
Transition King.
Wow. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Comfort Level Podcast. I'm Maddie, and I'm here with
Brandon.
Sam.
And today we're going to mix it up a little bit. You know, Sam's going to do some stories. Whenever Sam does stories, Brandon's going to transition for him. And whenever I do stories, Sam's going to transition for me. And we're going to give them one word about the story, and they have to guess, and they have to do a seamless transition with no mistakes. Okay? So...
Wait, when do we say the word to them?
I guess if we're going to... Do you want to introduce the first story?
Yeah.
Or yep, I guess now is the time to give Brandon the word.
Okay, yeah. Name.
So.
That's really good.
Oh!
Wow, that's really good.
Oh!
And you can layer them.
We didn't know you
that.
could layer them. That's the first time I feel like you layered them.
What do you mean?
Before,
with the other one?
Yeah, you were layering them together. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
Hey.
I can press any button on here.
Why?
Why would you do
Why?
that? Was the most traumatic
I
sound.
hated all of that. I hated that.
Sorry.
You know, there needs to be like a word or like maybe like a name for the traumatic stuff you just put us through with that. But speaking of names, I think we should get into our first story.
Oh! Let's go. Am I the asshole for telling my friend that her baby's name is ridiculous?
Off the story, yeah. You might think it, but don't say it.
Is there a name that you would hear? Is there any friends? Well, you don't have many friends that have had kids, right?
Mm-mm.
But anyone you know, is there anyone you're like, that's
No comment.
Oh, so Maddie for sure.
Yeah, I have a friend that I've heard the name.
They're listening right now and they know you're talking about them.
I'm not going to say the name.
My friend recently had a baby and she named him #. Yes, you read that right. She named her child after a social media symbol. When she told me the name, I thought she was joking, but she was dead serious. I couldn't believe it. I tried to be polite and tell her that it was unique, but she kept insisting that it was a great name and that her child would be one of a kind. I just couldn't hold it in any longer, and I finally told her that the name was ridiculous and that her child would likely face a lot of ridicule and bullying in the future.
Yeah.
She got upset and accused me of not being supportive of her choices. Now our mutual friends are split on the issue. Some agree with me that the name is absurd, while others think that I was way too harsh and should have kept my opinion to myself. So am I the asshole for telling my friend that her baby's name is ridiculous, or should I have just kept my opinion to myself?
I don't think so. I think you need friends that are on. I mean, at this point, she could change the name, I guess, but I don't think she's gonna. But you need friends that are gonna kind of be honest. And I think she made a good point where she's not trying to be like, I hate the name and this is why. She's like, I think your kid is gonna become a target of harassment because of that name. So it's like she's bringing up good points. So I don't think she's the asshole, and she was trying to be nice at first about it.
Yeah. Shout out Elon.
Oh, you want to go crazy.
I don't even know how to say that, man. I heard it repeat, but I can't repeat it. I heard it once. I forgot about it.
Isn't it like, I don't even want to attempt, but yeah, no. Retweet. Get what I did there? #retweet. No, I'll stop. Yeah, no.
I'm naming my kids Retweet. I gotta do it. Retweet Adam. That's my baby. Retweet. Retweet Adams. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, retweet just is better than hashtag.
It sounds edgier.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
What about the pushback? Because I hear a lot of these when people name their kids like this. They're like, well, I just want them to be creative and like, or to be unique and have something different.
There's other ways to do that.
Yeah.
When they're alive. Like, you naming them is not going to help them with creativity. I feel like I would get beat up by someone named Retweet. Hashtag
Retweet
would get bullied.
Hashtag would get cyberbullied.
Yeah.
I can see you just hashtagging all the hashtag.
I was like,
Hashtag kill hashtag.
wait. Kids would be that ruthless.
Yeah,
though.
they be getting.
Hashtag kill hashtag.
Nursing home.
Nursing home.
Yep.
It's scary because you're like both looking at me at the same time, and I got scared.
Got four
Okay.
eyes on you.
Yeah, I got six
eyes. Because I'm alone 4 eyes. Yeah.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
Yeah.
I got 2 eyes.
So,
Surely do.
I
He's got 6 eyes. You got 6 eyes.
I wish I had that. I wish I had that. My aunt said in order to get in a relationship that I should get contacts. I should get LASIK or contacts. She said my glasses are holding me back. Auntie Kathie said this to me. So I was like, bro, you know?
Yeah.
Do you think that's true?
Take your glasses off?
Look into the camera.
I can see it without
I
glasses.
thought I was a glasses person, you know?
Put your glasses back on. I think
So
you do look better with glasses on.
Right, that's what I would think too.
I think you were a switch hitter. You
You think so?
Yeah,
I didn't
you
feel
could pull
that.
out both.
So you know what I told her?
What?
I said, you better get your old ass in a nursing home. And that's our next story.
You said, Aunt Kathie, I'm coming for you.
Sorry if you're watching it, Kathie.
Yeah.
Sam, tell you how you really feel.
No, I love you, Auntie Kathie. Like, you're my favorite. You're my favorite.
Did she really tell you?
Yeah, she did tell me that. That's actually a true story.
The trauma you just shared for that
Yeah,
transition.
I did it. I did it for the transition, though.
He said, I got a great transition, but at what cost? At what cost?
Am I the asshole for wanting to move in my parents' and not my husband's and suggesting putting them in a nursing home?
Oh.
That's
Ooh.
tough.
Yeah.
That's why I wish I didn't have a family.
Whoa.
It's just the obligation of stuff. I'm like, you'll feel so bad if you don't do it. But I'm like, I just wish you didn't have anything. I wish I wasn't tied to anything. So I feel for you, actually.
Facts. God dang.
Okay. Am I the asshole for wanting to move in my parents' and not my husband's and suggesting putting them in a nursing home? I, 35 female, have owned our home since before marriage, and we have a prenup. In day-to-day life, we refer to it as our home, but my husband, 37 male, has never paid anything towards it and has no legal rights to it. All of our parents are still alive, but my husband and I were both the youngest children, and our parents are much older. His mom has dementia, and his dad has some major mobility issues. They can no longer stay in their home due to mother-in-law wandering the streets recently. Adult social services has been involved. He has 2 siblings. One is an addict and is in prison. The other one has 4 kids and lives in a 2-bedroom apartment. Neither of his siblings can take them in, so it's us or a nursing home. Both of my parents are older and have recently retired. They live in a major city but can't afford to live there on just retirement. They need to move. My older brother is dead, so it's just me that my parents can rely on. I want to move my parents in with us. They're both easygoing people, and my husband gets along with them really well. They also can contribute to the household finances. They wouldn't be a burden on us at all. My husband's parents just live off of Social Security and are going into debt because of medical costs. They would be a major burden on us. We'd have to take care of them and provide for them full time. My husband works much longer hours than I do, so I'd be responsible for them. My in-laws aren't always very appreciative people, and I don't like them. I mentioned that I want to move my parents in with us, and we could use the money we'd save from their financial help to put his parents in a decent home. He was furious. He thinks we should take his parents in, and my parents can just move somewhere cheaper and manage their own retirement funds fine. I don't think this is reasonable at all. I expressed that he doesn't have time to look after his parents' medical needs, nor can he afford in-home health care. He said, as his wife, I should look after his parents out of the love that I have for him. I think his response is kind of bullshit, to be honest. I told him under no circumstances will his parents be moving in, and he's welcome to move out and care for them elsewhere.
Oh my God.
I told him if he decides to stay, I'll respect his decision of not wanting my parents to move in, and I can look into other options for them. Am I the asshole for not being willing to let my in-laws move in, but wanting my own parents to move in?
Man, I feel like these are also one of those layered stories.
Yeah.
Because I think the problem is she's looking from a utility standpoint as well. Do I invite people in that I have to take care of versus people that are self-sustaining and can help out? I don't know. I feel like there's benefits on her end to invite her parents to the house. But the way in which he reacted, like pulling that emotional heartstring, that's emotional manipulation right there.
I like it.
That's not how he said that wasn't fair, because it's like it's an already tough situation. You're not making it any better by adding more stress with like more emotion to the weight of this decision to do this.
Yeah, I think it's a tough situation because at the end of the day, they're both fighting for their parents. So it's like that personal investment, it almost overwhelms like the logical thing of like, oh, well, we should do the logical thing and have them move in. And that's the thing too, where one partner could be like more logical and come up with a logical argument to support their side. And it seems like he might not be the logical partner. So he's like, well, you love them, right? Mm-hmm. And that could be frustrating because you're like, I could still have a valid argument of wanting my parents. Like, I want them to be there, but I just can't think of something to trump your reason. Yeah. So then I get angry, and then you say, well, get out. Husband, get out if you don't want. I'm like, I think that was an overreaction. I think that was a jump, an escalation for no reason. Especially when you're talking about, like, I hated how the story started saying, like, well, we have the house, but he doesn't contribute at all, and it's basically my house, and so whatever I say, go. Like, that I thought was problematic.
Yeah, that is.
But I also think people handle marriages differently and how they share stuff. But I'm like a person where I think it should be just 50-50. It don't matter who paid for what. It's like, yours is mine. Like, if I want to use your sanitary products, like I need to soak something up, I could grab a tampon because we share in this.
Don't take away the woman's sanitary product.
It's ours.
You could literally have anything.
My
but
body
that.
is your body. Your body is mine.
Okay, well then you know
right?
that razor that you use.
Yeah,
that's ours as well.
it is ours.
Okay.
Use it wherever you feel like using it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna stick a tampon up her nose and play jokes with it. Okay. So I think in that aspect, I think they already had a bad energy coming in. Like, I'm already using this thing as a thing. This is my house, so I'm dictating rules for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Your parents are living out in the worst nursing home ever. You know what I'm saying? That movie where they're taking advantage of old people. I guess.
Oh, I Care a Lot.
Yeah, I Care a Lot.
I love that movie.
We're gonna stick you into that and get her to take all y'all money, and they got dementia, so they don't know that you did. They forgot.
And none the wiser.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. When I was listening to the story, it's not going to necessarily be a financial burden that she's worried about with his parents. It's the fact that all of her free time will be completely solely raising and so not raising but supporting, you know, his parents, and he's probably not going to lift that much of a finger. It's really going to be her responsibility,
Right.
which is a really big physical and emotional burden. So I understand why she doesn't want to do that. And then she's like, plus with my parents, they do have income, so that would be a way for us to still support your parents. I don't think it was fair for what he said, and I don't think it was fair for what she said. Like you said, she came in with this, you know, type of attitude. Because, you know, she has so you have a prenup. When it comes to prenup, I'm like, I kind of like the idea of it. But you have to have a thinking of, I'm not planning on divorcing you. And I'm not planning on holding this over your head if we do have a prenup. And it would be kind of like, I don't know, assets in your family that were always meant to go to you.
I think that's tough for some people because just mentioning the prenup means, for some people, it means you're thinking of when it will end. Mm-hmm. That's why some people get so angry. They're like, why are you even bringing this up? We're not getting divorced. Even though I think it is a smart thing, like, yeah, we're preparing for, like, things happen. But by you bringing it up, you're like, so we're getting divorced? Like, you're already planning for us to get divorced?
Yeah.
That's where people get angry about.
I think it's the whole, like, atmosphere theory. Like, you know, saving for a rainy day. And it's like, the rainy day just comes. Just because you put it out there. Oh, yeah, I'm saving up for a rainy day. Sure enough, tire goes flat. You just kind of put it out there, and then it's like, it's out there.
I mean, but in that one, there will be a rainy day.
Mm-hmm.
Marriage, I guess you're not...
You're hoping that there will never, it will always be the two of you. Because I don't know, I kind of think of a prenup in a way like insurance of like, just in case anything, I'm not planning on anything happening, but just in case something happens, not the things that we build together, the things that were already there, that were already established. I think that's kind of like a difference.
Yeah, I think it is because the principle of it is you're doing the prenup while you're in love with each other, while you're happy with each other.
Yeah.
So that when you're divorced and you're angry, that emotion doesn't get turned spiteful. And
yeah.
Because I actually think in this argument, if between the two people, I'm on her side. Like, that's how I would think. I would think the exact same thing, like, yeah, financially, like, it's better. We're going to get along. It's not a burden to us. And then we could use some of the money we're getting from them to provide for the other parent. Like, that's exactly how I think. So I'm like, I'm not even wrong with her thought process.
Yeah.
I'm just more like, in terms of the relationship of how it was handled, how that conversation transpired, I'm like, I didn't like that at all.
That was horrible. I think the other thing is, like, with this whole logic versus humanity, like, that's just so, that literally sucks. But I think
what do you mean?
Like, do you go the logical route, which is bring the people that are still, like, mentally able and still have income to support the family that the family dynamic that you currently have, or add the people that, like, you literally have to care for?
Well, I think it's not fair to even make it like what were your two forms, logical and humanity, because it's like, that means that she has to become a caretaker, and that's not her role, and that's not fair to her. Mm-hmm. So maybe even if they were to live in the house, I feel like it would only be fair for them to hire a caretaker.
Right.
Yeah.
And again, it's like, where's that money coming from?
It's more money out of the pocket versus more money that could have came in.
So yeah, I guess I do get your point, humanity, as long as it's not necessarily being like, okay, well, do I take care of people that is my family that's healthy, that's going to bring in money for us to support the other people, and not necessarily like, or do I get guilted into taking care of my husband's parents?
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to get guilted into
That's
even though I do feel like hearing the story from her point of view, like, I feel like her parents are, like, actually more well off than she's saying. Mm-hmm. Like, they're like, like, they gotta move downgrade because they live in a big city. Like, they probably got like a $2 million 401k, and they're like living in a $500,000-$600,000 house, and they can't afford it. So they're like, oh, we're gonna have to move to a condo that's like $250,000. It's gonna be hell. And he's like, Mom, you can save that money and move to our house and give us some of that money. I'm like, I feel like they're in completely different situations. She's probably downplaying how well off the other parents are. They're rich.
Yeah.
If that were the case, then
Yeah.
why don't they just put their resources together and just get a big enough house?
Right.
So-
Make the parents live with each other.
And then they start like a TikTok page and do the. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah.
The
Like an old
retirement
person
home?
social house?
Yeah. It's called the retirement
Oh
home.
my gosh. That's amazing. I need to get on that.
It's great.
And then they're making money off content.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's just content every day. Slinging that tent, you know? You got to sling tent.
Yeah.
And we've all said that.
I hope nobody said that, but
We've
okay,
all
let me stop
said
touching
that.
the
No,
mic.
I've never said it.
So there's an update.
Oh, that's tent she's slinging right now.
Update. I spoke to my husband for about an hour about it. I think he thought I would cave, but I'm not. Our marriage is done.
Whoa!
And honestly, I'm okay with it.
Oh! There was more problems than this.
I bring a lot more to the table,
Oh, hit the button.
and I'm ready to be with someone who's an equal partner.
We ain't equally yoked.
My gosh.
Certain aspects of his culture I admire, but the relentless idea of sacrificing everything so your parents are comfortable is something I don't agree with. They've always treated me poorly, and I'm not willing to sacrifice
Oh
for
my
them.
gosh.
My husband packed some clothes and is going to stay on his friend's couch for a while.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to move my parents in later this month, and I'm going to change the locks and move his stuff out to a storage unit tomorrow.
To the left, to the left.
He can't afford a lawyer, so I'll find one to represent us both, and that'll be it. I don't know what he'll do about his parents, and I don't care.
Oh my god.
He doesn't make enough money to pay for their care, so they're probably going to go to the only nursing home in the area that works with Medicare. It's a truly awful place, rampant with abuse and neglect, which does suck for them.
But they can die there for all I care.
Basically. But they treated me like shit, so that's life, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
Edit number 2, a lawyer...
Edit
You
number
don't need
2.
another edit, girl. You're
You're
done.
killing the dead horse. You're stabbing it. You're not even kicking it.
Oh my god.
Edit number 2, a lawyer can't represent us both, apparently, and can only mediate us both. Shitty, but whatever. I'll get myself one, and if he can't come up with the money, I'll get whoever's cheapest, I guess.
Oh my god.
And then top comment, not the asshole. You
What
will
about-
carry the burden of doing the majority of the work by the sounds of it. Your in-laws need people with proper medical training to properly take care of them.
Hey, top comment. Did you see the edit? Hey, top comment. Did you
There's
come
like 2
before
updates,
or
my
after
guy.
the update?
Okay. So for the initial situation, I'd say not the asshole. I
Yeah.
think the top comment speaks for itself.
Yeah,
but for
yeah.
the update, I'm like,
She had a villain
whoa.
arc.
Yeah, like,
And
yeah.
it was.
This shows me that I do think her family is rich. The way that comment was just like, yeah, I married down. I married below me, and then it didn't really work out, so I'm done. And it's poor. He's so poor. He can't do it. His
He's not even gonna
parents
afford a
suck.
lawyer.
It's poor parents. He's poor.
Put him in the cheap
I hope they
nursing homes.
die in the poorest place possible. Me and my rich parents are going to live happily ever after.
Discount retirement homes.
Yeah,
changing the
she was
locks.
ruthless. She
That's
was ruthless.
crazy.
They're about to go to the most abusive and neglectful nursing home, and I don't care. And I'm like, whoa. I mean, I guess we're not hearing everything in the story, but we know for sure
You're not
this
just getting a
woman
divorce
hates.
straight up from this.
Yeah.
That's when, like, the way they were talking to each other, there's something else. in
That's
this marriage,
vengeance.
like,
Horrible marriage, it
Yeah.
sounds like.
Yeah.
But you reap what you sow.
What to say?
Ooh, that you only meant well. Well, of course you did. What you say?
Pour it all at home. That's what they said.
What you say? She said it's the most neglectful. Of course she did. What you say?
And it was all for the best.
No, it was not.
Yeah, it
No, it
wasn't.
was
It's
not.
not.
Okay, so next story.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, Salem.
Overheard.
Oh,
Should we say it before and then they work it in more organic?
Yeah, because I was like, we gotta still be talking.
Yeah, we
'cause
got to
I'm-
still be talking. We can't. Like,
okay.
But that's the word. We'll do it for the next one.
But it's like crazy too, because like towards the end of that story, her villain arc was something tremendous. But I overheard that she did actually find someone else. Just like OP overheard something in this next story.
Oh. I, 25 female, overheard my 27 male boyfriend say that he chose the wrong girl.
Oof.
Ooh.
Oh.
We're messing with the same girl, the same girl. That's a totally different.
Yeah, that's a totally different vibe.
Wrong girl, wrong girl. I picked
My
the wrong
girl.
one. I thought it was a sister. Wrong girl, the wrong girl.
It's been so long since I heard that song.
I love that song.
I can't listen to it.
That is the worst thing I could imagine. Well, it's not the worst thing, but it's one of the most horrible things that I could imagine being overheard. So.
And when you hear the story, I think you're going to agree with that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Great.
I, 25 female, overheard my 27 male boyfriend say that he chose the wrong girl.
Yikes.
For context, me and my boyfriend have been together for in total 8 years.
Oh.
Wow.
We met between mutual friends while I was still in school and he had just moved to my town to go to college. We were friends for 2 years before we started dating. The reason for this was because, one, I was too scared to make a move, and secondly, he was in love with one of our mutual friends. After she got a boyfriend, he moved on to liking me, and we have been dating ever since. Last Saturday was his birthday, and he told me he had never been thrown a surprise party, and he would like to experience one. I worked all week before Saturday, his birthday, planning and inviting people, getting reservations, buying a cake, etc. I asked his best friend to hang out with him for most of the day so that I could set him up and get everyone to get here and hide for the surprise. The birthday party was a success, and he was smiling the whole time. He had snuck off with his best friend somewhere, and I wanted to find him so that we could sing happy birthday and cut the cake. As I was walking down the hallway, I heard him and his friend talking, so I kept walking towards their voices. I heard him tell his friend that he should have kept trying with our mutual friend. He told him that he should have been the man that she was engaged to and not her now fiance. He said that he hated waking up to me and that he wished that our mutual friend was the one that threw him his first surprise party.
What?
He said he felt disgusted every time he had to kiss me or hold me because he knew that our mutual friend should be in his arms instead. He said that he was stuck in our relationship and that he would end up having to marry me. He said that our mutual friend was better than me in looks from head to toe. He said that she was the most gorgeous girl I've ever seen. I went back to the party and told everyone that I couldn't find him and that we have to wait for him to come back. When he came back, he gave me a hug and a kiss on the head and told me he loved me. I didn't want to ruin his party, so I went along with it.
Oh, no.
He doesn't know that I know he doesn't honestly love me. I've just been going along with everything. I honestly don't want to break up with him. I just want to know how I can make him fall in love with me. I don't know what I did to make him feel so unhappy, so I would like to know how do I make my boyfriend fall in love with me? Or should I just give up on our relationship?
Yes.
He's the first boyfriend I've ever had, and I'm scared to start dating again at my age.
How old are they?
Which
27.
she's 25, he's 27.
What?
So, yeah. Yeah,
Is that it?
that's it.
That is horrible.
I'm triggered.
Yeah.
Like, the way that he was talking about her, I was disgusted for her. I got the ick. And the fact that she's, like, so head over heels that she's like, I just want him to love me. No, girl. You don't. And the fact that he kissed her and hugged her, do not touch me.
Slimy.
Yeah.
Slimy. He had so many things. I'm like, when I was reading it, he kept saying another. He's like, and also,
Right.
and also, I'm like, you have so many reasons. It's crazy. And she was like, and she just goes back. I'm like, I would have started.
I couldn't
crying
find
right
him.
there. Yeah, I couldn't find him. Let him kiss. He's like, thanks.
I
babe.
love you.
He's like, mm-hmm.
That, oh my gosh. And then, you know, sometimes we read these stories and I'm like, I really hope the person that like wrote it is like somehow watching. So I was like, man, I just love yourself first, please. Just do it. Just love
you gotta
yourself
love yourself.
first. Love yourself first, and all that other stuff won't even matter. Because then you won't even have to worry about, do I stick in this relationship with this dude? Clearly, it's unrequited. It's an unrequited love. What the heck are you doing? What do you mean? What do you mean I don't want to break up with him? After he said all that stuff, he meant it.
You should have walked out the moment you heard it.
No, you should have walked in the moment you heard it. Caused a scene, walked out to the party, caused another scene, and let that man know where his place was.
But then walk out. Like, don't even waste any more time with him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like such a TV show thing. Like, I've always wanted that to overhear someone tell what they really think about you. I'm like, that's crazy to me that, first of all, I would not say this to someone, like, when I know the person I'm talking about is there, I would not just be, like, going off at the mouth, like, man, I hate her, man. And her breast stink every time I kiss her, man. Like, just going in on that, and he's just, like, at the party that she threw for him saying all this stuff.
Yeah.
This is something you talk to your friend, like, on your own. But the fact that she had to overhear, oh.
I wonder what the friend's reaction was. Is that...
Was he looking at her the whole time? Like, he was facing the other way. The friend's like, he's doing the eye thing. He's like,
He's like,
I
are you
agree.
sure?
You agree too? He's like, yeah.
Look at those eyes. Yeah.
She is hotter than her, right? He's like,
No. He's just like, are you sure? Like,
Yeah.
come on, she threw you this really nice party. And he's like, no,
She
dude,
would've threw a
like,
better party.
I really
Yeah,
wish it
yeah.
was this other girl.
I think the other girl would have thrown a way worse party.
Yeah.
Like, she was not put together.
Yeah.
Like, this one right there is... But no...
He's like, she could have got me a card and I would have loved it more than I care about this freaking party.
Either that or the friend saw it and was just like, oh, yeah, this is my opportunity. He's like trying to break them apart so that he can slide in. So he's like, oh. And then like 2 weeks later, he's like, hey, yo, I know you were there. I heard because he was talking to me.
yeah. She's like,
know?
yeah, you both. And she's like, you were agreeing with a lot of the things he was saying.
I was
Like,
just playing the part so you could
no,
hear it.
Exactly.
So you
Plot
can hear
twist.
it for...
He's literally playing a part. He was an actor and he was like, I need you to read these lines. But have your back to the door.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh.
he's breaking.
And then when he's like looking, he's like,
Yeah, because before she got there, he's like, I can't read this. I really love her. He's like, no, it's just for this part I'm doing.
it's
He's
not
like,
about your
It's
girlfriend.
not about your girl. It's just this
We're working
part.
on a script, this thing.
Yeah.
It's a
He's like,
movie.
okay, I'm going to start. He's like, wait.
Okay, go.
Go.
I've been in a situation, not like this, not overheard, but like someone was talking about their significant other in a certain way, but like my reaction as a friend was like, okay, if you don't like her like that, then why are you
Yeah,
still with
that's
her?
fair.
And
Yeah, he has to marry. He's going to end up having to marry. What?
then just leave.
You don't have any onus in your life that you can make decisions for who you end up with?
And I was saying, like, you know, if you don't like someone, leave, because not only are you wasting your own time, but you're wasting theirs. So why are you still here? Why are we still talking about this? In fact, like, just move on. They don't listen though, man.
I've actually kind of been in this situation. Actually pretty similar. I liked one of my friends, and there was another friend, and the friend I like, I'm like, it actually was never going to work out. It just was not going to work out. And she was trying to get me to get with the other friend. And I was like, well, I'm going to date the other friend. I want to date you. But then she ended up getting a boyfriend, and she pushed me until we went on a date, and we like dated for a couple weeks. And I was like, no, this isn't working. I can't imagine staying 8 years in that relationship knowing I didn't like them like that.
Wow. So from high school to college, and now they're like young adults, like starting their careers.
Yeah.
It's gonna suck. Like, that's kind of inconvenient because I feel like around this age it's probably just harder. I don't know. Can't relate. Like, just like meeting, especially in the Midwest, people are just so
They're different around here.
meh. They're different.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah, how are they different?
they just, what is it? Not passive aggressive, but it's like you can't really tell true intentions until like
Oh.
way later.
Yeah.
Like,
You
even
could
when it
also
comes-
say passive aggressive too.
It's passive aggressive.
It's pretty passive aggressive over here.
okay, well, yeah, it is.
Midwestern nice.
Midwestern nice, yeah. It's like, I mean, as long as you're not in the Midwest, if you're on a coast or something, yeah, just leave them. Like, what? There's so many opportunities in the Midwest. There's like four months of opportunity with passive aggressive people. So,
What do you mean?
Yeah, I don't know what you mean either.
like the dating world?
4
just-
months?
Because it's like warm out.
Oh, so you're like outside?
Yeah, because when it gets cold, nobody want to be out, you know.
But that's like when people like couple up because like snuggle weather. Like, what is it like?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Cuffing season.
Cuffing season.
Hey, yeah, you could tell I'm out of the game.
It's cuffing season around
He's
here.
been out the game.
I've been out the game. I don't know.
Well, let's read the top comment.
Oh,
Oh,
top Camito.
Oh, girl. If I stayed with the drop kick I was with at 25, I'd be freaking miserable.
Ooh.
25 is not too late to start dating again. You deserve way more than this disrespect. Call him out on it. Watch his face, then leave.
Facts.
You cannot make someone love you, and someone who loves you will never say the things you heard.
yeah.
And there was another comment that I thought was interesting. Absolutely do not confront him. He'll weasel his way out of it because breaking up with OP is an inconvenience, and it's easier to say everything she says she wants to hear than own it. OP makes an exit plan and never give him an explanation. Better yet, tell him you felt like you're settling for him and don't think you'll ever really loved him, but the idea of him, and then watch his ego crumble. If you confront him, you're putting him in a position of power where he's the one in control and it's his choice. Take that away from him. Have the breakup be your choice, something you want, even if it's not the truth. He doesn't love you, which means you can't hurt him because he only cares to the extent that it impacts him. Fuck that. Don't give him the tears or the questions or the bargaining. Come up with a plan, pack your shit, and move on from this awful person.
That's an interesting perspective.
Yeah, that's where I'm like, I was like kind of getting what they were saying.
Me
but
too.
Also, I was like, I feel like it's said in a weird way that I did not agree with.
I feel like it's in a way that you're trying to hurt the person as much as possible, which just
Yeah.
shows how much you care.
Right.
Yeah.
So then just have the conversation and then leave. I think the first comment was really indicative of what Brandon was saying, of just like talk to them, address it, then leave.
Yeah. I get he hurt you and he said some horrible things. I don't think you like trying to get back at him does anything for you. I think I do like the first comment. I'm like, hey, you hurt me. It's done. But I also feel like she has such low self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she can do that. It's
Yeah.
clear that she has low self-esteem, and I don't think I can date at 25, girl. You in your prime years, girl.
She's in her prime years, but if she needs to be by herself, then
She does
Yeah,
need to be
she
by herself.
needs
that's
to
what
let
she needs to do.
herself.
If she was in an 8-year relationship, she needs to be by herself for a few years.
Yeah.
My mom is almost here with the stuff. We're gonna take a break because I'm gonna go grab the package from her.
Welcome to the cousin. You aight?
I got a tickle.
Welcome to the cousin intermission.
Hey!
Hey, the first of its kind, maybe the only of its kind.
No,
Who
it's
knows?
going to be firmly. We're going to slowly take over the rest of the podcast.
Oh.
This is our first shot.
It's the villain arc.
I can't wait.
Okay.
And actually, if Maddie edits this episode, you'll never see this.
Yeah, it'll probably be cut out. And if it is surprisingly in for some odd reason, just comment below. No, we need like a guild name.
That's my. That's my.
That's my. Yeah, if you're in the That's My guild.
Because that's my cousin.
That's my cousin, man. That's my cousin. If you're in the That's My guild, just comment hashtag That's My. Not the person. Not like the word hashtag.
Yeah.
That's My.
That's my.
Like 2 stories ago. We're not talking about hashtag.
We're not talking
like,
about hashtag.
Like literally like hashtag.
Which I can't wait to meet my future wife hashtag. You know. And the person who's old enough now.
Okay.
Not this hashtag, because
I was about to say that's
like 30 years difference in age. Not that.
yeah.
But yeah.
Or maybe I would have thought you would have went for like a retweet or like a
retweet, say.
retweet.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Retweet. I'm like, I love retweet.
Retweet. I kind of like. Try it. Retweet.
Retweet.
Yeah.
Retweet.
Hey.
Retweet. So this is kind of the great content you're going to get on the Cousins Intermission.
Intermission.
We do retweet things.
Retweet.
We clap when we say different names. This is the hot content that we're going to take over Comfort Level Podcast with.
Yeah. And she's none of the wiser.
She doesn't even know anything
She
about
doesn't know
this.
anything.
So please comment below things you want to talk about in our next Cousins Intermission.
Yeah, we'll talk about anything except maybe country music.
I mean, I'll talk about country music.
I won't talk about country music. He'll
You
talk.
can't make you love me if you do.
Oh, she's back.
Okay, and Maddie's back. So remember to comment all those things down. Make sure
Remember,
we get all that.
Don't forget the guild.
That's my.
Oh, we got new mics.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for coming to the Comfort Level podcast. I don't
Yeah.
know what they said. I hope it wasn't anything crazy.
It wasn't crazy.
No,
It wasn't?
No, it wasn't crazy at all. The way you came in and harassed us right now.
What do you mean?
Yeah, that was.
You're not editing this video, right?
Yeah.
No, I am editing the video.
Oh no.
Okay, then we may have to apologize for some things that were said.
no.
Yeah, we might. Just don't take it to heart.
Yeah. And actually, it was an accident.
Yeah.
Everything we said was an accident.
How does that work?
I don't know, but it
Anyway.
just spilled out
Just-
of our heads.
All right, I'm
Never-
leaving.
yeah.
Okay.
This is crazy.
We're scared.
My
We're
leg.
afraid this might be the last episode. This might be the last episode of Comfort Level.
Oh no.
She's gonna edit this video and see some things, and we'll come back next.
Yeah.
It'll either be a goodbye video or an apology video, or
RIP.
we're probably getting fired video. I don't
R.I.P.
know.
Brandon video.
We're sorry,
Oh.
Maddie.
Dang.
We love you guys. Hopefully, we'll see you again. Bye.